Canadian Citizenship Practice Exams. Subject: Canada and its people. Module: Rights and Responsibilities. Chapter: Set 1.
Which of the following legally protects the basic rights and freedoms of Canadians? A. The Canadian Charter of Freedoms. B. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. C. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Responsibilities. D. The Canadian Charter of Freedoms in Speech. The answer is B. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The Charter attempts to summarize fundamental freedoms while also setting out additional rights. The most important of these include mobility rights, Aboriginal people's rights, official language rights, and minority language education rights, and multiculturalism.
Fatima recently immigrated to Canada. What law allows her to take a job at par with a man? A. Equality of women and men. B. Equality of all races. C. Equal pay for equal work. D. Equal rights. The answer is A. Equality of women and men.
Give an example of how you can show responsibility by participating in your community. A. Mind your own business. B. Have a party. C. Keep your property tidy. D. Volunteer. The answer is D. Volunteer.
Name 3 additional rights protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A. Freedom of speech, right to own land, and right to a fair trial. B. Mobility rights, multiculturalism, and Aboriginal people's rights. C. Right to ski anywhere in Canada, moving rights, and right to public assembly. D. Right to vote, right to speak publicly, and security rights. The answer is B. Mobility rights, multiculturalism, and Aboriginal people's rights.
Name 2 fundamental freedoms protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A. Freedom of conscience and religion, and freedom of association. B. Equality rights, and to care for Canada's heritage. C. Basic freedoms, and obeying laws. D. Aboriginal people's rights, and to volunteer. The answer is A. Freedom of conscience and religion, and freedom of association.
Name 2 key documents that contain our rights and freedoms. A. The Canadian Constitution and English Common Law. B. Civil Code of France and the Canadian Constitution. C. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and Magna Carta, the Great Charter of Freedoms. D. Laws passed by Parliament and English Common Law. The answer is C. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and Magna Carta, the Great Charter of Freedoms.
Name 2 responsibilities of the federal government. A. National defense and firefighting. B. National defense and foreign policy. C. Citizenship and highways. D. Recycling and education. The answer is B. National defense and foreign policy.
The Canadian coat of arms and motto is Amarusque ad mare. This means A. From the ocean to the sea. B. From sea to sea. C. From the sea to the ends of the earth. D. From the water to the earth. The answer is B. From sea to sea.
What are some examples of taking responsibility for yourself and your family? A. Buying a house and a TV. B. Getting a job, taking care of one's family and working hard in keeping with one's abilities. C. Doing laundry and keeping the house clean. D. Study hard so you can earn enough money to take a vacation. The answer is B. Getting a job, taking care of one's family and working hard in keeping with one's abilities.
What is meant by the equality of women and men? A. Men and women are equal under the law. B. Men and women must both do housework. C. Women may now go to school and enter the professional workforce. D. A woman may now become Prime Minister. The answer is A. Men and women are equal under the law.
What part of the Constitution legally protects the basic rights and freedoms of all Canadians? A. The British Charter of Rights and Freedoms. B. The Canadian Charter of Rights. C. The Canadian Charter of Freedoms. D. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The answer is D. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
What was the women's suffrage movement? A. The effort by women to achieve the right to vote. B. The effort by women to participate in military service. C. An unsuccessful movement to get husbands to do housework. D. The effort by women to be in Parliament. The answer is A. The effort by women to achieve the right to vote.
What will you promise when you take the oath of citizenship? A. Pledge allegiance to the Queen, observe the laws of Canada and fulfill the duties of a Canadian. B. Pledge to be faithful to the Queen. C. Promise to observe the laws of Canada. D. Fulfill duties as a Canadian citizen. The answer is A. Pledge allegiance to the Queen, observe the laws of Canada and fulfill the duties of a Canadian.
When did the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms become part of the Canadian Constitution? A. 1867. B. 1905. C. 1982. D. 1878. The answer is C. 1982.
Name 6 responsibilities of citizenship. A. Getting a job, making money, raising a family, paying taxes, mowing your lawn, voting in provincial elections. B. Voting in municipal elections only, joining a political party, getting a job, obeying the law, driving safely, picking up litter. C. Caring for the environment, not littering, paying taxes, obeying the law, helping others, respecting others. D. Obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, helping others in the community, voting in elections, serving on a jury, protecting and enjoying our heritage and environment. The answer is D. Obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, helping others in the community, voting in elections, serving on a jury, protecting and enjoying our heritage and environment.
What are 3 responsibilities of citizenship? A. Being loyal to Canada, recycling newspapers, serving in the Navy, Army or Air Force. B. Obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, serving on a jury. C. Learning both official languages, voting in elections, belonging to a union. D. Buying Canadian products, owning your own business, using less water. The answer is B. Obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, serving on a jury.
What status do the French and English languages have in the Canadian Constitution? A. They are equal. B. It isn't mentioned. C. English is more important. D. French is more important. The answer is A. They are equal.
Forced marriage is permitted in Canada? A. In certain provinces. B. Under no circumstances. C. For certain religions. D. If it took place abroad. The answer is B. Under no circumstances.
Canadians have a right to live and work? A. In the province of their birth. B. Within 250 miles of where they were born. C. In the town of their birth. D. Anywhere in Canada. The answer is D. Anywhere in Canada.
Jury service in Canada is A. Carried out by professionals. B. Compulsory. C. Non-existent. D. Optional. The answer is B. Compulsory.
Military service in Canada is A. Compulsory. B. Looked down on. C. Applauded. D. Non-existent. The answer is C. Applauded.
What is the name of the military in Canada? A. The Canadian Forces. B. OPP. C. RCMP. D. Canadian Federal Police. The answer is A. The Canadian Forces.
Which of these is not a source of Canadian law? A. Laws passed by Parliament and the provincial legislatures. B. English common law. C. U.S. federal law. D. The French Civil Code. The answer is C. U.S. federal law.
Canada is personified by A. The maple leaf. B. The Prime Minister. C. The people. D. The sovereign. The answer is D. The sovereign.
Canada subscribes to the principle of habeas corpus. What does this mean? A. You can't be unlawfully imprisoned by the state. B. The state has ultimate power over your body. C. Your rights are less important than the rights of the state. D. The state has the right to imprison you at any time. The answer is A. You can't be unlawfully imprisoned by the state.
Which of these is part of the responsibility of a citizen? A. To attend national events. B. To salute the Canadian flag. C. To show respect for the Prime Minister. D. To work hard. The answer is D. To work hard.
Under Canadian law, men and women are equal? A. Unless they are married. B. Except in matters of employment. C. In all circumstances. D. Except in matters of religion. The answer is C. In all circumstances.
What status do the rights of Aboriginal peoples have in the Canadian Constitution? A. They have equal status with the Constitution. B. They cannot be overruled by it. C. They are subordinate to it. D. They are not mentioned. The answer is B. They cannot be overruled by it.
Who helps keep Canada's north safe? A. The Canadian Rangers. B. The Canadian Forces. C. OPP. D. RCMP. The answer is A. The Canadian Rangers.
What does the Canadian Constitution say about multiculturalism? A. It should be discouraged. B. It doesn't exist. C. It should be ignored. D. It should be celebrated. The answer is D. It should be celebrated.
The protection of Canada's environment is the responsibility of whom? A. The Aboriginal peoples. B. Provincial governments. C. The national government. D. All citizens. The answer is D. All citizens.
Which of these religions has greater rights in Canada? A. They are all equal. B. Christianity. C. Judaism. D. Islamism. The answer is A. They are all equal.
Which of these is not enshrined in Canadian law? A. Freedom of association. B. Freedom of peaceful assembly. C. Freedom to disobey the law. D. Freedom of speech. The answer is C. Freedom to disobey the law.
Voting in elections in Canada is A. Pointless. B. Unimportant. C. Compulsory. D. A responsibility. The answer is D. A responsibility.
To become a Canadian citizen, you must have adequate knowledge of English or French if you are between the ages of A. 16 to 62. B. 14 to 84. C. 18 to 54. D. 12 to 75. The answer is C. 18 to 54.
Is to whom do you swear allegiance in the Canadian Oath of Citizenship? A. The Canadian people. B. The Sovereign, Queen or King. C. The Canadian flag. D. Prime Minister of Canada. The answer is B. The Sovereign, Queen or King.
In 1982, the Canadian Constitution was amended to include the A. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. B. Canadian Charter of National Allegiance. C. Canadian Charter of Crime and Punishment. D. Canadian Charter of Citizens' Responsibility. The answer is A. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
It is regarded as the responsibility of a Canadian citizen to A. Look out for number 1. B. Help others. C. Mind your own business. D. Earn as much as possible. The answer is B. Help others.
Which of these is above Canadian law? A. Religious groups. B. Politicians. C. Aboriginal peoples. D. None of them. The answer is D. None of them.
Rights for Aboriginal people are A. Non-existent. B. A matter for individual provinces. C. A matter of custom. D. Guaranteed in the Constitution. The answer is D. Guaranteed in the Constitution.
Gay and lesbian Canadians have equal rights to A. Healthcare. B. Protection from discrimination. C. All of these. D. Civil marriage. The answer is C. All of these.
In which year did the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms become part of the Constitution? A. 1864. B. 1867. C. 1920. D. 1982. The answer is D. 1982. The Constitution of Canada was amended in 1982 to entrench the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
The Canadian flag is A. A white maple leaf with red background. B. A red maple leaf with black background. C. A red maple leaf in the center, white background with a red border on each end. D. A red maple leaf in the center, white background with a black border on each end. The answer is C. A red maple leaf in the center, white background with a red border on each end. A new Canadian flag was raised for the first time in 1965. It is a red maple leaf in the center, white background with a red border on each end.
To make immigration to Western Canada easier, the government A. built the Trans-Canada Highway. B. built the Canadian Pacific Railway. C. lowered the requirement for immigration to Western Canada. D. completed the St. Lawrence Waterway. The answer is B. built the Canadian Pacific Railway. British Columbia joined Canada in 1871 after Ottawa promised to build a railway, Canadian Pacific Railway, to the west coast to make transportation easier.
Which act defined the responsibilities of federal and provincial governments of Canada? A. The Federal and Provincial Act. B. The Confederation Act. C. The British North America Act. D. The Governing Act. The answer is C. The British North America Act. There are federal, provincial, territorial and municipal governments in Canada. The responsibilities of the federal and provincial governments were defined in 1867 in the British North America Act, now known as the Constitution Act, 1867 and check out the free mobile app, links provided in the descriptions with all the above questions on Canadian citizenship exam and more. 550 plus practice exam questions and answers with explanation and 750 plus notes segregated into main topics, chapters and modules to help with preparation in ACE Canadian citizenship exam. Also check out description for the relevant books to download and reference.
If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out our free mobile apps for various exams such as banking, citizenship, driver's license, etc. We have left their links in the description below. For more videos, please subscribe to our channel.